Hey, speaking of delicious and delightful, one of the goals of this show is to highlight the amazing people and events that happen in the esports and competitive gaming space and give them the recognition they so rightly deserve. There are esports fans out there who might not even know they're esports fans yet. Well, that's what we're here to show and educate about. Bring those guys into the fold.
So every week we'll try to feature a different personality in the space, and this time we have someone who runs live esports events and broadcasts, and he's been in the scene for as long as there's been a scene. Really, this is his scene. To give him a special intro, he passed along a trailer to an upcoming project, and we have our guest, Anton Ferraro, to thank for the opportunity. Let's check it out.
Let's check out that trailer.
Some of my closest friends are all from gaming, and those friendships are built over just playing together, hanging out at LANs in between series, after series, playing, scrimming.
The opportunities that you have when you're not playing to be able to, still talk about gaming or just share that experience and going out, with your fellow gamers. Again, people think that it's not a social thing, but gaming is very, very social, and LANs are a huge part of that.
You're with a team for a long period of time, it's kind of hard to find that motivation, and being right next to each other is all the motivation you need.
It was a lot more popular to get together back in the day and kind of LAN as a group, really learn together as a team. We kind of strayed away from that. But everyone really enjoyed our time together, and now it just feels like it's a lot more serious. People aren't having as much fun as a group and just enjoying exactly like what we're able to do together, because not everyone is able to do this kind of stuff.
Well, the guy behind that trailer you just saw, and we've got a lot of questions that are involved, and I know that he wants to answer all of them. Anton Ferraro, look at that. Somebody came to play.
It's got headphones now, too. Merlin is winning.
Okay, Anton, first of all, we need to know who your co-host is.
This is my partner in crime, Merlin. It's my pug, Merlin, and he's loving New York City. So yeah.
This is how you know.
The show.
I was gonna say this is how you know it's live, because this stuff doesn't happen on. I love it. I like that Merlin is a part of this because, quite frankly, he looks like an esports fan, and that's one of the many reasons I appreciate him and his cuteness.
That's true.
Oh yeah, we brought him up right.
So, Anton, first of all, we alluded to it a little before the trailer, but let's showcase to the audience who you are, what you do, and just a little about yourself.
Sure. So I've been working in esports since about 2006. I've basically been a producer on a bunch of different projects. I've put together events, broadcasts, like digital products and features, and a bunch of different video franchises about pretty much every esport that's out there. I've built broadcasts and shows for companies like Riot, Activision Blizzard, Warner Brothers, and 343. And most recently, I've actually been focusing on Halo, which is the game that got me involved in esports. I helped produce the broadcast for HCS Las Vegas for Millennial, and I helped out ESL with their tournament operations at DreamHack Atlanta. And I also ran Beyond the Sticks, which was the trailer that you guys just saw.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, what is Beyond the Sticks? It's a little like my we call this segment Esports IRL, and this feels relatively similar to what you're doing. Let me hear it.
Yeah, so the Halo scene basically back in the day had a guy named Joe Pinacchio. He would fly down Teams to his house to practice, and Millennial put something together that's very similar in that vein. What we did is we flew Team Envious and Oxygen Supremacy out to Las Vegas to our arena, and we basically had them scrim in the venue to prepare for DreamHack Atlanta. I think that the whole tournament was the whole event for them was kind of a success because Envious ended up placing third, and Oxygen Supremacy, they qualified for the HCS Pro League, which was kind of awesome.
Nice.
They were the top-ranked AMP team. So we had them do scrims, and then we also flew out the strength and conditioning coach for the Raiders, and so he basically ran them through the training regimen and the training tactics that the Raiders used to prepare for matches. There's a lot of insight. The players loved it because it's like, they're talking with somebody who's a pro, who's, dealing with guys who, make millions of dollars. And then afterwards, we kind of like blew off a little bit of steam. We took the guys out to Topgolf. That was a really popular activity. If you've ever been to Las Vegas, it's incredible. It's super fun. Go do it. And we took them out to dinner at the Stratosphere, which is a really awesome restaurant. We had our own private room. And as like, you know, we're sitting there, you can see the dinner. There's a window behind us, and people are just jumping off the building because it's off of a bungee jump.
Sure.
So you're just like, it was ridiculous.
That's what happens at my dinners too.
Great.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, look at that.
Oh my God, this clip right here, it's like you're gonna see these guys, they're on a roller coaster 109 stories up, and it's just like, I mean, I didn't go on it, I was terrified, but you know, like some of the guys like absolutely love it. I think it's coming up. Yeah, you can see Pistola, his windy hair. Yeah, woo.
Nice.
But yeah,
blown.
it was a good. Yeah.
Well, Rukari, before you get into your Vegas on the rooftop,
Who said I was telling that story?
Well, it's going to happen. Anyway, before we get to that, let me follow up for a second here, because one of the things that esports players are all about is there's a lot of people that talk about streaming. You know, they're showcasing who they are, what they do, the kind of person and brand that they are as an esports player when they're streaming. They showcase themselves on LAN events. You know, they're, for all intents and purposes, they're pretty out there, right? For the most part. What does an experience like this warrant for getting to know these guys better? I mean, you putting them in situations that are frankly unusual and sort of letting them loose. What's the appeal there?
I think for these guys, the thing that like they loved it is it's like, you know, they get to interact. They interact online every day, and it's really something special for them to actually like hang out with their teammates in person. So you see a lot more personalities come out just because it's like, you know, you're not limited to just, you know, your voice or, you know, just what you can put on stream. So it's like it builds friendships, and most of these players were really excited because it's like from their perspective, it's like they can become better teammates if they are actually friends and they do friend-like activities outside of the digital world.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thanks again, Anton. And real quick, another chance for you to plug who you are and where you work. Where can people find you?
Yeah, I mean, you can find me on Twitter at Joker Can't Spell. And, you know, I mean, pretty simple, yeah. And, I mean, you can see a lot of my work at AntonFerraro.com.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to more of your work, I am sure. And thank you so much for being here, Anton.
Thank you for having me.
And thank Merlin as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's a first. That's a good first.
That is a first. I'm so excited.
That's amazing.
Right? Aw, Pugs.
It's going to set a bar for everyone else who joins us.
I was going to say, I feel like Josh Stein, who we've had on here covering for us, he is...
he could be the pug? That's low. Oh,
I
that's
didn't
two in
say
one sentence.
that.
Oh, all right.
He has one.
That's perfect. We could jump into our next segment. I took my pot shots. We're good to go. You're voting choice.